Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing an install video for our 68 to 70 Charger pull style handles. On the table we've got all the parts that'll come in the kit as well as all the tools that you'll need to do the install.
Some of the tools you'll need is a sandbag or like a towel or something that's to press in the pin. So to go along that, you'll need the hammer and the punch. And then a file to open up a hole in the door, some scissors, a razor blade to cut out your template, some Allen wrenches and a Sharpie, 7/16, either a wrench or a ratchet works. Some of the parts that'll come in the kit, the gaskets for both the pivot point side and the guide plate side. Your door handle, if you get it chrome plated, it'll come pre-pressed together, similar to what this one is, although this one is raw machined. If it comes for paint ready or raw machined aluminum, those two pieces will be separate, and that's when you'll have to press in the pin. Another part will be the guide plate and the lever assembly. The lever assemblies will come pre-assembled. This one is in bare metal, but the one you receive will be gold zinc plated. And this one also has a micro switch already on it. That's an add-on you can buy, but it does not come with every door handle. And then you have some different hardware to attach the door handle to the car, as well as put the two pieces of the lever together. And we made these ones adjustable so that you can get the setup just right. One thing to note is that these clips, the original clips that you'll pull off of your door handle, are meant to be reused. They are available for purchase on other websites, but our concept was that you'd reuse them. We'll put a link in the description and on our website.
The pin is already in this handle, but if you bought a raw machined aluminum handle and after you paint it, you will have to press the pin in yourself. The handle in the pin pressing will look slightly different, but the process is the exact same. So if you ordered an unpainted handle, after the handle is painted, you have to press the pin in to attach these two parts. Recommend a small amount of grease inside that joint. Ensure that the pinhole and the pivot are free of paint. The tolerances are very tight and it will affect the function of it. We found that using a sandbag is the easiest way to do it, but you could use a towel or a piece of foam or anything that works for you. We'll put the two pieces together. The pin gets pressed in from the bottom, so you kind of put the two pieces together, nestle it into the sandbag, and then we'll press that pin in. You should be able to just set that pin in there. There's a tapered seat that goes into, kind of get it started. Then at this point, if you have a second person, it sure makes it easier to use a punch and a little hammer. You're just gonna tap that in. So you'll see once the pin's all the way in, it will be flush with this lower edge of that taper. And you just want to be gentle with it. Tap it in slow, take your time. You'll feel when that pin bottoms out too in the punch, it'll get real solid. And you want to ensure that this pivot still moves freely. That is the amount of movement that you'll get out of it. So the first step is just going to be to remove your stock door handle. So you'll have to take your interior door panel off and remove just the handle. The lock can stay in place. And remember to save these clips. This is the clip that attaches the ball stud on the latch and the handle to a lever link. Once all the original parts are removed off of the door, Derek will show us how to cut the template and mark and file one little extra notch.
So the next step would be to file the hole in the door for the additional bolt for these door handles. So we'll take our template. This is a right door, so we're gonna cut out that template and then mark the door to be filed. After you get your template cut out and the three holes, there's two holes that are labeled OEM holes, and you'll line them up with the existing holes on the door and then tape the template on. I don't know where Josh put the tape. I was hanging.
Oh boy.
Once you have the two holes lined up and it's taped on the door, you're gonna take a Sharpie and mark where this additional hole is. Then you can pull the template off. And some paint. Once you have the door marked, you're gonna start filing. It's really important that you file inwards and not outwards to avoid chipping the paint. It's important after you file that you check the fit. Check the fit.
Next thing is going to be to install the lever assembly on the inside and the guide plate on the outside. This part's really nice to have two people, but it's still not totally necessary.
For this particular lever assembly, you actually will have it in the door upside down like this.
After that brass lever is through the door, you can slide the guide plate with the gasket over it. Kind of working together to get the bolt holes lined up. And at this point, you're just trying to get the bolts started, get that gasket held in place. And once both bolts are started, you want to line up this front hole to the correct angle. After that's lined up, you can snug these bolts down. And this is an important part, that you don't over tighten these bolts, because just like tightening anything into sheet metal, if you over tighten it, you can damage the panel. As you're tightening these down, I like to kind of sight down the door. Obviously this door doesn't have a reflection or anything, but when you're dealing with a finished car, it's very important. So you're looking down the side of the door and getting them as tight as you can without damaging the door, just watching for any distortion. Just kind of snug them. You can put a little bit of blue Loctite on these as well, just to help keep them tight. And then you're going to be installing the handle from the outside. You'll push the stud through the hole, through the lever assembly, and slide the brass into this groove of the handle. And don't forget the gasket. We're just going to get that front nut started. We do a shake-proof and a nylock on that front stud.
Once you have the stud through the door, you want to get the nut started, but don't tighten it all the way quite yet.
And then you're going to take this little shoulder bolt and an Allen wrench and run this up from the bottom of the door handle, and that'll go through the brass and attach those two pieces together. It's really convenient if you have the person on the inside push that lever out manually a little bit. It just helps getting it hooked up. So you're just snugging this one up. It's a really small bolt, so I'm using the Allen wrench like this and just getting it tight.
When you're tightening the bolt that attaches to the pivot point, same thing as the bolts for the guide plate. You want to just get it snug enough to where there's pressure, but you don't want to over tighten it because you don't want to risk damaging your panel.
So as the inside is being tightened, you want to make sure that the handle here is lining up with the guide plate, because there's a little movement side to side. It's tight. Okay.
The next step is going to be attaching the levers to the lever assembly as well as to the latch. What I like to do is get these clips started. You can get them barely started on this lever without fully engaging it. That way you can still put the ball stud on. These are in two pieces so that it's adjustable. So I start with the upper one that goes to our lever assembly. You'll see it goes on the ball stud. You'll push the ball stud through that hole, put a little pressure, it'll push back on you with this clip. And then once you push it all the way on, you can push the clip down and you should feel it kind of seat, and then you'll know this is on all the way. These clips are tough. There we go. So once you get the upper lever put on, you can then go to the lower lever and then we'll bolt them together. Once the two levers are on, then you'll start to bolt them together and get the adjustment made so that the door latch works great. Once you have the levers attached, to check to see if you need to make any adjustment in the levers, what we like to do is make sure the latch is engaged. Slowly open the door with some pressure on the latch until it releases. And you want to have at least a 1/4 inch gap between the two parts of the door handle. This one obviously has far more than a 1/4 inch, which is great. You just want to make sure that that latch is fully engaging as well as fully disengaging.
And that concludes the install of our pull style handles. Take the time when you're going through this process, fine tune everything like we said, and make sure that your door is adjusted properly to the car as well, because our handle will only work as well as your door can open and close. We did make a whole separate video on door adjustment tips and tricks as well. Thanks for watching this install video. Check out all of our other products at sandersstreetrods.com, and if you liked it, like it, and if you have a question, ask it.
And don't forget to check the fit. So glad that's my thing now. It's so cool.
Yeah, I know, it is cold, damn it. I'm just nervous. Now you have an excuse for your shakes, dude.
Josh doesn't need the place.
Buy door handles so we can pay for heating. Okay. Derek can't multitask, so what he's doing is...
He's also the guy making these handles.
Yeah. This is the guy that designed.
But only one at a time.
Oh, God. Okay. Are you done?
Yeah. I will refrain, yes. Wow, a 25-minute video, 5-minute instructional, 20 minutes of these idiots.
First, you want to wipe your runny nose. It's cold in here. You didn't say if you like it, like it.
That was your job.
He said you do the outro.
All right, we'll try again. And don't forget to check all of our other products.
He almost said check the
I
fin.
know.